So this is where I'm at. I've been picking at it. This is the one off my donor vehicle. Just kind of sanded it all up on the inside. Straightened out some of the metal. Yeah, getting it ready for some POR 15. I decided to keep this guy in on this side because it's in great shape. So we're going to keep that. I'll do the bottom here later. Paint the bottom later. You can see these are where it was all spot welded. I'm not going to paint this with POR 15 right now because I believe I'm going to have to drill these out. And I don't want any of that POR 15 in the way just because it's so, yeah, it's an amazing product. So this is the one I did. Gotta love my weld job. I'm going to have to get better at welding real quick. Anyway, tacked it in as best I could. It's in there solid. It is not going anywhere. I went above and beyond. But yeah, first time I did it, it didn't work because I had sprayed it with that zinc coating underneath in this whole product. But wherever the welds go, you can't have the zinc coating. So I had to take it off, get rid of all the zinc coating on the product or on this bracket I made and on the metal below, and then retack it, and it worked perfect. So that's in there good. So now I'm just going to POR 15 the inside. A few coats of it, especially down here, because it seems like on my vehicle it was this side too that rusted out. So I'm not sure why that is. I'd have to look at how it's designed underneath the Jeep, but for some reason this side seems to rust out more than this side. So this would be your passenger side. No, this is, yeah, this side here is your passenger side. So it seems like the passenger side likes to rust out more than the driver's side. It was the same on my vehicle. Mine was brutal. His is actually pretty good. You know, it's just some surface. But anyway, I'm going to POR 15 it and show you what it looks like after that. So I'll just show you a little bit before I start. So anyway, once I sanded it all, I degreased it with spray 9, and then did that a couple times so I got no more dirt. Then I cleaned it all up with some Windex. And this is some old POR 15 that I had. So this stuff, you just kind of put it on nice and thin. Probably put it on, then let it tack up. Then I'll do another coat or so. Yeah. Just to hopefully help it out. I know if I ever did this job again, there's no way I'm using a donor vehicle. I'll get a new part. Like, this is insane. This is absolute insanity. This won't happen again. Got a little overzealous. Been watching too much of that Bad Chad. Sure, if anybody's watching this, they've watched Bad Chad, and makes you feel like you could do anything. But anyway, I know I could get it done. It's just a big fucking project doing it the way I'm doing it. Next time, if there is a next time, which I doubt there will be, but you never know, I will buy a new part and put it on. But for 50 bucks, couldn't go wrong. Just take some time and love to get the job done. So anyway, I'll come back and show you this when I'm complete. All finished. Put a few coats. That'll dry hard as a rock. Make that bulletproof. That POR 15, I don't know. I know it's still good because I used it before, but it goes on pretty shitty, I think, when it's older. I didn't really shake the can too much. But whatever. It is going to harden like a rock and bond to that material. And this thing will rust when I'm dead. Hopefully I didn't go over too many spots where I got to weld, because it's going to be a pain to get off. That's for sure. If this stuff gets on your skin, get it off right away, or else it's only coming off when your skin sheds. When you start losing, it'll be on for 3-4 days. Well, that's the next day. Finished it up. There's a little bit of those little bumps again, but not too worried about it. Now I got good adhesion. Everything dried well. Everything is looking good. Now to start figuring out the rest of the stuff. And just wanted to double check that there's no issues with those. Yeah, I just took a sandpaper to it, and I don't know what, either I didn't shake that can well, or maybe too much humidity. Made little bumps in it. But there's no issues with it. All good. Definitely a good coat in there on these welds. Paid a lot of attention to these areas in behind, in these little pockets. Sides here, seems like water will travel down the bottom of the sill. There's a little hole right there, and there's not on the other side in this pocket. Or maybe there is, but I don't think there is. And it appears this is where your water and moisture will collect. It's also what I do once I screw this in. I'm already probably going to load this up with some fluid film in this little cavity in the spaces, and spray the inside of here with that fluid film also. So I got so many things on the go, but anyway, I got to fix this before I could figure it out. So this is anyway where I'm at. So you can see I sanded down all the inside here, put a protective coating on it, fixed my filler cap or filler neck, grinded all that down, put a protective coating of POR 15. Did the same thing on this side, POR 15 everywhere on the inside. Got rid of all the rust, grinded it out. Anyway, so here I got this piece, some damage. Well, a little bit of rust damage too that I got to fix on this side. So this is a piece from the old vehicle, the other vehicle. So I'm just going to cut that piece off. Try to get it right there. Anyway, see how that goes. I'm gonna have to cut that other one out, do some snipping and welding, and see if I can make it work. Got that finished. Didn't turn out too bad. Like, you know, it's not the greatest, but it's a pretty big gap there. But it'll do. I built up the bottom a little bit right there. That's not a hole, it's just yeah, turned out not too shabby. She'll do. Oh, if anybody wants to know, I just got a Master Crap welder, and I have the setting to 2, and it is on the low number 1. Seems to do all right. Just got to be careful. Can't really see the inside too well, but I got penetration through there. You kind of see where I hit it with some welds. Anyway, we are moving, and it's such a nice day. I don't know if I want to continue, but we'll see. Well, I'm at my point. I'm starting to fix up all this back to get the other panel put on. Some dents and some glue, some holes missing. You know, a little bit of touch up here. And I'm thinking, fuck, I just want to rush through it, but I'm going to take my time. Like last video, I fixed that. I think what I'm going to do is clean all this up and clean that section of the frame right there. And put some primer on it or POR 15. Right here, I don't like where this hinge goes. You know, it's pretty, doesn't seem right because it's only, oh, it's so bright you can't see. It's just, you know, probably tack welded under there. If you can see that, I can't tell if the sun's picking it up or not. But it's a little flimsy. So I don't want to get any sag in the future. So I'm going to, I just cleaned off some metal there and there. Took a piece of sheet metal. I'm just going to weld that, tack that in there just to give it some lateral support, a little extra. Then I don't have to worry about that little bit of movement causing any issues. And plus I feel like welding. That's what it looks like. Just having some fun. I just kept going. Probably didn't, definitely didn't need that many tacks. But I'm just practicing because I'm not a welder, as you can tell. But it seems to be fairly solid. That will never go anywhere. Now I'll probably just either put some POR 15 or zinc coated or something like that. Didn't do the back side, obviously, can't get back there. A little bit up top, dropped around the corner. So yeah, so now once you got your door hanging, you have your two spots here and there. This is very well supported once you got the back on. This here will always want to sag down. And I think you see some Jeeps with that tire carrier, like with the tire being on that rear gate, it starts to sag over time and the hinges start to kind of droop. And I believe that's the case right there. See buddies here. His, I believe, does that. That's why he doesn't have the tire on it. Yeah, look at, you open it and it just drops. So that is guaranteed. Inside is fucked. Now I gotta figure out how to shut this. But yeah, let's see. So this will eliminate that. And I'm done for the day. It's too nice out. I'm going to the beach. Finish product. Got a little crazy with the primer. Doesn't stick very well to POR 15, but whatever, I just sprayed the shit out of it. This is where I'm at. Just mocking it up, seeing how it fits. Getting these hinges on. I want to put the door on to see if everything's going to line up. Got to drill these studs out and then drill out the back here. It's still hot. That guy is in there like that. That's what holds that in from the other side of your door. So what a pain to get that out. Not fun. These ones I picked up some stainless steel studs. Too bad. There. I'm gonna put them here. But yeah, that's where I'm at now. Today's Saturday. Hopefully I get this on, test fit it all works, and then it's weld day tomorrow. So mocking it up with the tailgate, but these are the hinges that came with the donor vehicle. Anyway, this hinge at the bottom has too much play in it. So you might have this on your own vehicle. Sec here, let me get this out. So this play here, that affects a lot when you go to shut it. Say this seam here, this line, is actually dropped down that little bit of flex. And then it goes, and then it has to ride your little bumper in there to get over it. And that's because of this. These look great. They're in perfect shape. But that pin is done. There must be a bushing on the inside that's shot. So I'm going to try and put one of my old ones on, because mine don't look the greatest, but fuck, they're perfect. They don't move at all. They're stiff. They work great. So I'm going to replace this bottom one and see if it changes. Because yeah, I don't want to open it now, but when I open it, this line right here would be a little bit down, and then when I shut it, boom, it bounces back up. And yeah, I don't want to have that. Mock-up complete. Still got you know, this will be on the final to kind of shape these a bit better before I do my welds. But it all fits nicely. Lines work. This will all be fine-tuned, but it's good. Yeah, those hinges. The bottom one is my old one, which is perfect. There's no flex in it. But his new one, just has too much lateral play. And I think the other one, so I replaced the bottom one, which mine didn't have any lateral play. His top one, I can't remember. I might have to put mine back on too. But yeah, you'll see these if your tailgate sags. That's another reason. And here's my originals. It's hard to see, but yeah, there's no play at all. And they open and close nicely. This one is just very, very loose and lots of play. So that bushing is shot. I'm guessing it's probably the same in the top one. But everything fits nice. All the lines work. This will be all tucked in and pushed together before the final weld. Tacks. Figure out how I'm gonna hammer the sucker out. Yeah. You can see the tailgate. What you kind of got to do to get at those bolts, you got to push these tabs back in. Sorry, there we go. And I'll just grind around there and cut another piece of sheet metal, or it's actually quite thick, but I think I have another spare pieces. Weld those back up. Not before I fill these with good lube. Maybe even put a bit of, we use it on pipes, a little bit of, what is the name of that? Anyway, it's like a tape that you wrap it with. Fuck, for some reason the name is completely skipping my mind right now. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I'll do. You can see what a bitch, what a pain in the ass to get these. Best thing I would tell anybody is heat them up as much as possible, red hot, until they are, before you even try to. You're going to ruin your paint, but it's going to be a lot better than the latter of drilling. And yeah, so just heat them up until they're red hot, because they got definitely a good glue on them, like fucking extra red Loctite. So yeah, oh, Denso, yeah. So I'll probably clean this up a little bit, maybe just put a little rust or sand it, put a bit of primer on it, and when I put these in, I'll have some grease on them, and then I'll wrap them with Denso. Stuff some Denso tape up here, keep all the moisture out. Anyway, you can see how it closes. There's no sag in it. Lines up perfect. Actually, I might even have it set a bit high. But you could loosen these bolts or these, and you could kind of adjust it to get the perfect height, same as you would do for a house door. But anyway, mock-up complete. Tomorrow I'll take this off and figure out all my spot welds and get ready to put it back together for the last time, hopefully in my lifetime. If you're going to do this job, I would definitely buy a new panel. Well, someone's looking out for me. This tree that you see right there goes all the way back there. It's a big tree. That just fell while I was working in this corner right there. I heard something like branches on the roof, and then I ran and I came out and that tree had fell. I was literally right in this corner. It would have killed me, or at least sent me to the hospital. That's for sure.